Hey guys, welcome back to Here We Mow again. I'm Jeff, this is Billy, and this is our newest edition, Tinkerbell. Say hi, Tink. No, don't bite my finger. So here we are, early September, and we're entering into our fall plan. So in my last video, we talked about different options and things to think about as you enter fall. And the biggest question you need to decide about is, are you going to overseed or are you going to put down pre-emergent? In my case, I've decided to overseed this back. As you can see, it's still looking a little sparse. And this is an area that I have been fighting with for a couple years now. It's come a long way, but we do need to overseed this again this year. The front actually is looking pretty good. There's an area that I need to level a little bit. That's where I had a tree taken out and it continues to sink down each year. So I'm gonna level that a little bit this year and seed just that area. Maybe I'll seed the whole front lawn if I have enough, but in general, I'm gonna focus primarily on this back area. So let's go ahead and get to work. So there's definitely some thin spots that are still present here in the back lawn. This is definitely an improvement over how it was at the beginning of the season. And I put down the stress blend, which really helped quite a bit. And of course, all the rain that we've received has helped as well. But I think that this area definitely needs some seed. So the first thing that we need to do before we put down grass seed is we need to continue to mow this down. So I mowed it down to 2.5 inches at my last mow, and I'm gonna mow it down a little shorter this time. Just go to the 2-inch level. You wanna make sure you bag those clippings and make sure you have a place to put those clippings, because there's gonna be a lot of them and you definitely need to plan for that. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is grab your tape measure and just double check the height of cut. So I just lowered this, and right now you can see it's set to 2 inches. And this is important to double check, because if you look at the guide here, it's at notch 3, which you would think that's instinctively 3 inches, but that's not really. These numbers here don't go by inch. So I always double check this. I keep a tape measure out in the shed. I just like to double check just to make sure that it's correct. So this is at 2 inches, and that's exactly where I want to be for this cut. 2 inches will get it nice and low. It will gradually bring it down. My last cut I did 2.5 inches. Cut before that I did 3 inches. And each time I keep shaving a little bit more off. And the whole idea behind that is to get the grass blade as short as possible, so that when I do put seed down, it's going to reach the soil very easily, so that you can get good seed to soil contact, which is the key. The next thing you want to do is decide how you're going to collect all the grass clippings, especially if you're cutting this down a little shorter. You're going to have a good amount of grass clippings, and you really don't want those to sit on top of the lawn. If you're going to be seeding, they just kind of will get in the way. So I showed this last time. I like to use my lawn sweeper. This does a better job than a bagger, and it picks up all the grass clippings and anything else that might be sitting on the lawn, and makes sure that when you do put the seed down, there's nothing in the way. So let's go ahead and get mowing. I just finished the backyard, and now we're onto the front yard. We're still going to mow this down, even though I'm not really going to overseed the front, except for the spot right over here that needs to be filled up first, because it's dipping down. That's where a tree was. But you can see that the front yard is definitely still very thick and very full, so it really doesn't need an overseed right now. If I have a little extra seed, I may put some on. Just might as well while I'm at it. But we're still going to mow it down short, because I'm not going to be able to get on here for a little while with the mower because of that area that I'm going to overseed. So if you're bringing your height of cut down, like I'm bringing it down, and your lawn is really super thick, then I would suggest going over it twice. I just finished the first pass, so I'm gonna go over a second pass just to make sure I get all the extra grass clumps up and I get all of the clippings off the grass. I just finished the mow down in the front, and I put the grass clippings in piles over here by the riverbank, and I'm gonna spread them out. But I want you to take a look at these so that you really know what you're dealing with when you bag these clippings, because there's gonna be a lot more than you anticipate. Take a look. Well, the mow down to 2 inches is done in the front and the back and the sides. And the second step that I want to get done today for our fall renovation is getting that spot over there, or there, getting that filled in and leveled a little bit so that the mower doesn't scalp the lawn as I go over it, and so that it's ready for seed. So let's go ahead and get that done next. And I think that's probably going to be the last thing we do today. It's starting to get kind of late. This is the culprit right here. You can see it's definitely a little lower than the rest of the yard. And especially in this area right here, there was a tree here, as I said, and every year it seems to go down a little bit more. As I pull it out, you can kind of see, a little better that there's definitely a dip. So I'm gonna put some soil in there and try to get that built up. I imagine that I'll have to do this the next couple years. I've done it the last 2 years, and it just seems to keep going down each year. So we'll just stay at it. Well, I emptied 10 bags of topsoil here, and yes, I know it probably would have been easier to get a yard or two of loam, but I don't have a pickup truck, and the local loam delivery is pretty busy right now, and they don't really want to deliver just 1 or 2 yards, and that's really all I need right now. So this will work. Let me go ahead and get this smoothed out. So to try to smooth and even this out, I'm going to use a landscape rake and a shovel. Nothing fancy. I've used this before and it works pretty good. So let's go ahead and try to get this even. So this is looking pretty level now. I just use simple tools. I could certainly get an 8-foot level out or a piece of 2x4, but to the eye, this looks pretty good. Might add a couple more bags because I know this is going to settle more, especially after it's watered, but I think it's looking pretty good now. Well, I think that's enough for one day. I'm pretty beat and we got a lot accomplished today. Just remember, when you're doing your fall renovation, don't expect to get everything done in one day. As you see in this video, it's a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, and you don't need to get it done all in one day. Just spread it out if you can. So today we got the lawn mowed down to 2 inches. I got all the grass clippings picked up. I actually still have to spread that. I'm kind of dreading that a little bit. And then we also got that front area leveled out a little bit, got that depression raised up a little bit so that the mower won't continue to scalp the lawn as I go over it. It still is going to need a little bit more soil on it, I realize that, but at least this helps quite a bit, and I may add a little bit more tomorrow. So with that, I'm Jeff for Here We Mow Again. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to correct the pH, we're going to aerate, we're going to spread seed, we're going to have a lot more fun, and there's a lot more work, but this fall renovation is well underway, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. So please thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.